to anyone who is currently experiencing joblessness, I think my talk will be helpful to you. And I've been in your shoes. I have nothing but empathy. So I'm going to start with that. This is a talk in which I'm going to challenge you to think about who you really are. Who do you think you are? So when I was a child, I was terrified of bodies of water, pools, lakes, river, anything, terrified. In junior high, I had to take a swimming class. It was required. 6th grade, get in a swimsuit, get in the pool. First day of class, the teacher says, okay, I want you to just get in the pool and just, show me what you can do. I am terrified. I get in the pool as quickly as I can. I doggy paddle as quickly as I can. I get out and I faint. Boom, dead away, just black. The teacher then decides to make me her special project. And she's like trying to get me over my fear. And I am not having it. I get myself taken out of that class and I spend the rest of the year in like library or something because I am terrified of water and I ain't doing it. Many years later, 2005, I buy a house in South Philadelphia that happens to be 2 blocks from an indoor pool. I'm saying to a friend at some point, like, oh, I really want to exercise. Running, I hate aerobics. And she says, well, you have a pool 2 blocks away. When I go to the pool, I said, oh, no, I don't do pool. And she says, just go walk in the pool. You don't got to swim. You can stay in the baby side and just walk. It's great exercise. I said, really? She said, yeah. I'm like, well, I could do that. I can walk in the baby side. Yeah, I can do that. So I start walking in the pool. Then I start running in the pool. And I'm like, wow, this is really great. I like this. Then I start doggy paddling in the pool. Then I start breaststroking. Then I teach myself to do freestyle with the breathing and everything. Then I teach myself to do butterfly. And I'm doing laps and I'm turning. And I love the pool. I feel free. It's freedom. I feel strong. I love it. And I shock myself that, oh my God, I was terrified of this as a child. November 15th, that was 2005 to like 2007. November 15th, 2007 is the weirdest day of my life. I'm walking to the pool to do, to go swim. And that day happened to be the day that I was negotiating my contract for my 3rd year on QVC. I was a spokesperson for a gardening product. I was one of the most successful spokespersons this particular gardening product ever had. I gave them the highest sales of their entire history on QVC. One week, my show was the highest grossing show in the entire week of QVC. So I was pretty good at it and I loved it. It was my dream job. So I'm walking to the pool. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm dating a hot guy. I'm like, God, I am in the job of my dreams. I own a home. I'm making $75,000 a quarter. I am freaking happy. I'm waiting for the light to change. The light changes. I'm walking across the street to the pool and I see a grill of a truck coming at me. And I realize I can't get out of the way. And the truck hits me. And he knocks me out of my shoes down several feet down the street. And I'm lying on the ground and I'm still conscious. And a guy runs over and kneels down and says, oh my God, I saw the whole thing. Are you okay? And and then the truck driver gets out. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Are you okay? And I said something I have never said before or since. I grabbed their hands and I said, I need you to pray with me right now. God, we know that the truth is we are whole, we are complete, we are healthy. That is the truth. That is the truth for all of us right now. That's the truth. Where that came from, I have no idea. Ambulance comes. I get in the ambulance. By this time, the adrenaline, I feel great. And I say to the nurse, I feel great. And she says, yeah, that's the adrenaline. It'll change. So I get to the ER. I get into the back. I'm on the gurney. I'm waiting for the doctor. And all around me are people that are sick and injured. And my brain is saying to me, this is all an illusion. We've all decided that we're sick and we're injured, but it's an illusion. It's just a trick we're playing on ourselves. It's not really the truth. The truth is we are whole. We are perfect. That's the truth. Never before or since have I had those thoughts. So the doctor sees me, he says, yeah, you're banged up. The whole left side of me where the truck, most of the impact, I'm sore, I'm banged up, I can't lift my arm. I go home. My sister's a critical care nurse. She comes home with me. She's like making sure I'm, concussions and all that. So I'm banged up, but, I'm pretty much okay. I'm walking to my house. Spider, my neighbor, drunk every day by 10 a.m., says to me, Marilyn, I heard you were hit by a truck. Oh my God. I heard you went to the emergency room. Did they give you any painkillers? Don't lie to me. That's South Philly. So I'm, home, I'm recovering, I'm okay. I go back, to work. I'm rehearsing. I go back on air. I don't know if it's my first or second show. I don't remember. I'm on air and I go blank, completely blank for like 40 seconds, which in airtime is an eternity. And you have to understand, I've been doing this 2 years. I know this product like the back of my hand. I know my talking points like I could say them in my sleep. So it was just weird. Well, I get fired immediately. The next day, I'm fired. Done. Goodbye. Now I'm a contract, so they can do that. But it was shocking to me that, wait a minute, you had your highest sales in history. I gave you what, but I'm fired without any like, gee, Marilyn, that wasn't like you. What? So I am devastated. I am, trying to find other work. In the meantime, I'm doing things like, did I drive today? Where did I park? Did I walk my dog today? Like I'm in my neighborhood driving around going, wait a minute, where am I? So I'm having all these weird things. Then I start having seizures. And then I really can't hold down a job. So through a series of events, I end up going back to school. Now, it occurs to me at this point that I've got a little head injury. And the thing that nobody tells you about a head injury is that you look totally normal on the outside, completely normal. But you're making decisions and saying things and doing things that are a little off. But of course, you don't realize it. So in my inestimable wisdom, having a head injury, I think to myself, well, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to take science because I want to go get a master's in medicine. I was complete rubbish at science and math my entire educational career. But in my mind, I was going to go get a master's in science at this point. So I go back to school. And if you know anything about head injuries, it's exhausting to do anything brain-wise. Like to read is exhausting. To learn is exhausting. So I literally I was taking anatomy, statistics, algebra, biology, everything I suck at, falling asleep on my books every day. But I was mostly A's and some B's. I discovered that, wow, like it's hard for me. Like this is hard for me, but I'm doing it. I had gone to, while I'm having seizures and all these things, I've gone to a neurologist. And the neurologist, I was there for weeks. Like they do tests and all these like reading and writing and numbers. They just do all these tests and exercise, all this stuff. It was for weeks. And at the end of it, a neurologist, I have a meeting with a neurologist who I've never met before, by the way. How am I doing on time? I've never met this neurologist before. He looks at all these papers and he says to me, okay, Marilyn, you have a mild brain injury. It's mild, but this is pretty much it for you. Like, you're never going to get better. This is it. You're never going to go back on air. So what now? I got so angry. Who the hell do you, F you, your mother, anyone who every school you, who the F do you think you are? You read something about, you think you know something about me? I was furious. So now I'm back in school and I have a vengeance now. By stroke of luck, I end up in a part-time job that is called a standardized patient. Standardized patients are part of the medical boards. It's a high-stakes clinical exam where I have to portray a case. I literally work in a doctor's office, what looks like a doctor's office, and I portray a case and doctors come in and they ask me questions and I have to remember for 10 minutes what they asked me and how they asked it. And I have to remember that for 10 minutes, 10 times a day. And that happens to be the perfect job to rehab my brain, my short-term memory. And I do that job for 5 years. And I see 5,000 doctors. And I got to tell you, I hated that job. But I did it and it rehabbed my brain. So what I want to say to you is, as a child, I was terrified of water. And I taught myself to swim. A neurologist, very learned guy, tells me, this is it for you. And he was wrong. You have a head injury, you do a lot of stuff you don't read. But the bottom line was, the things that I did rehabbed my brain. I'd like to tell you, no, I knew it would rehab my brain. I think sometimes I have said that, but it's not true. I did things and it happened to rehab my brain. And I learned myself, oh, I can rehab my own fucking brain. So my question to you is, who do you think you are? Because you might be wrong. What do you think you can't do? You might be wrong. What are you terrified of that you think, oh, I can't do that? What has someone told you? Oh, yeah, you're rubbish at that. You can't do that. You both might be wrong. So that is my question to all of you. What do you think you can't do?